This episode of Discussing Death Battle has been brought to you by the number 3, bringing you disappointment since time immemorial.
Hello everybody and welcome to Discussing Death Battle. As always, I am Wolf and with me today is Mo.
I'm banned right now!
And a hamburger.
Hey, I'm not banned right now.
And also we have a guest. Everybody, please welcome Thomas J3 Shura, aka Tom, aka Tommy Boy.
We're calling him Young Tommy. No, you're Tommy Boy. Med's Young Tommy.
Yeah.
Or Young Med. I'll get it one day.
One day, Mo, one day. Maybe when you're eventually unbanned. If you're eventually unbanned.
Well, that's a different issue that will not be brought up in the rest of the video, except for but if you want to know more about it, it's elsewhere.
Yeah. So, a thing happened. It wasn't very good, but it happened.
Oh, did it happen?
Yeah. So we had a fight, and that fight was Scrooge McDuck versus Shovel Knight.
I wouldn't call it a fight. More so watching masturbation in public. Like,
okay, I'll say this about that. Okay, let's start off with the positive. The positive thing. The animation was awesome.
Okay.
Let's be honest. For an 8-bit fight, that was freaking amazing.
Yeah,
for an 8-bit fight, yeah, it was good. Yeah.
If it wasn't 8-bit, it might get a bit more harsh, but it is 8-bit. So
yeah, but I don't know if you really had any non-8-bit sprites for Shovel.
Oh, there wasn't.
There was.
Oh,
yeah, there's nothing really for either of them.
There is for Scrooge. Because he has the remaster.
Yeah, he does have the remaster.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know if there's any for Shovel Knight.
He has the ukulele model.
He's made a cameo.
Yeah, that's a 3D model, though.
Sprite. That's actually that's a 3D model.
It'll be awesome.
He's going to be in Bloodstained, but no one has access to that sprite yet.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Either way,
yeah,
you need a sprite.
The fight was pretty good. I like the use of camera angles. They implemented the relics in some interesting ways now and again. That's
the best part is that Shovel Knight was absolutely manhandling until the very end, which is kind of like how it really goes down and stuff. But I like, he got respect there, where
he did get a lot of respect in the animation itself. Not so much in the analysis.
I debate that. His fighting skills got respect. The character did. The character was kind of a caricature of not even himself, of as insulting as it sounds, a stereotypical Jewish person.
Whoa!
Oh.
Yes, I know. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing.
Mo, you're gonna have to get rid of that when we.
No,
do
I'm not.
It's a stereotypical Scrooge.
That's the thing. It's accurate. It's disgusting. It's disgusting because he's just there. He's rubbing his hands like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of money.
Can we put up a picture of
really
Donald Duck saluting Hitler?
I would say it's less less stereotypical Jewish person and more stereotypical what everybody in the Middle Ages was looking for whenever they went sailing, because they were searching for gold in the New World.
Yeah. And also, again, just if anyone's offended by it, it's not really a joke. It's honestly not a joke. It's honestly what a lot of people were calling it. That how Shovel Knight was portrayed personality-wise. He was so gold-hungry.
He was being portrayed as Scrooge, except a knight with a shovel.
Yes.
Anyway,
actually, that's the funny thing. Shovel Knight was Scrooge, and Scrooge was an old man angry at Scrooge trying to rob his stuff.
Yeah, and I think they overdid the. It was a little bit too goofy. Some people were getting really, really angry about it, saying that it ruined Shovel Knight's character and stuff like that. Which I mean, it was overplaying the treasure hunt
scene. Character anyway. He's a Disney character. You would expect it to be goofy and ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's not really Shovel Knight goofy. Shovel Knight is goofy for different reasons.
How is a guy in blue armor who bounces around on a shovel to try and find gold in order to save another knight from evil knights who are all also ridiculous in concept? How is that not ridiculous?
Because of the way it's presented. Because it's presented
treasure hunting's
100% seriously.
treasure hunting is not really
part
like
of the joke is that they're taking it so seriously, and it's
100% serious, and you buy into it. It's like, think of any show or anime or whatever or comic that has a ridiculous. Most comics have ridiculous premises. That's a really good example. Actually, comics. Yeah, they have ridiculous premises, and they present it 100% seriously. Every single character buys into it as the most important thing, and you buy into that, and you do that with Shovel Knight. But no, that's not Scrooge's purpose, and Shovel Knight was kind of roped into the gravity of what Scrooge is. And
honestly, I think it's such a small part of the animation anyway. So it's like there's other things to discuss that are more important and stuff. Besides, because it's such a small part of the animation.
I will admit it's a very small part, but it was kind of a mark on what would have otherwise been a really good animation, which is kind of probably what pisses me off about the most.
They definitely had them they definitely put some emotion into their sprites, that's for sure.
But the eyes bugging out was the only part that I didn't like. The word Shovel Knight is kind of like, it was a little bit too goofy for me, but that's kind of like that's kind of a minor nitpick.
I did the same thing with Bomberman.
Yeah, Bomberman
it wasn't good then, it's not good now.
Either.
Counterpoint, that fight is trash.
Yeah, that's fair.
So do we want to go over why the fight, the analysis is trash?
I've heard conflicting reports about this fight about whether or not it's accurate or not. So I'm gonna stay out of that.
We're gonna educate you.
Should I start?
I'm staying out of it. I never really did research into either of them, and I've heard some people say Scrooge should win. Okay, most of those people being the research.
Which is good, because then you're a neutral party in this.
Mainly the forums and DeviantArt. I have no say. I have not done research into either one of them.
Which is good, because you have to.
I've seen some of DuckTales, but that's
the open mind and stuff. Yeah.
Right. What we have, right? Okay. See this guy we have here. His name's Young Tommy, Tommy Boy, Young Tommy Boy. He's a madman. That's what he is. This is a guy who's seen everything of Shovel Knight that he could have possibly seen at the time. He's watched every single episode of DuckTales
episode,
and he's read every single DuckTales
well, not every,
episode.
I'm pretty sure I missed a couple. I'm pretty sure I missed like at least a couple runs of the comics.
There's just too much comics to go over.
Like 90% of the comics. Yeah,
but you've got over the ones
you've
that
seen
have
every feat you've seen every feat they brought up, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen everything.
You saw it ahead of time. All right, so we have a guy who's like, he's seen it all. He has PTSD over the DuckTales team.
Yes.
So
I'm pretty sure anybody who's heard that theme cannot get it out of their head for like years.
Yeah.
And it's gonna plague a new generation now because the new DuckTales is coming out.
Oh yeah, the new DuckTales. David Tennant is freaking awesome as Scrooge.
Yeah,
Everybody else was kind of meh, but I'm glad they didn't have Huey,
Launchpad
Dewey,
was
Louie
really good.
speaking in the Donald weird voice that they have.
I disagree. I think Launchpad, the voice that they got for Launchpad was pretty good.
Launchpad was pretty awesome, and also just as hilarious as original Launchpad.
Okay, personal opinion, Gizmo Duck, all of them.
The sweetest the ground. Just as the plane's crashing because typical Launchpad. It's like the Captain Quark of the 80s and 90s.
Basically. Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison.
Did he ever become president, though?
That's true. Not 100% comparison.
Quark has become president, and he got ousted after his first term. Holy shit, I think Quark is actually the parallel of real life right now. I think Quark would make a better president, though.
Oh, naturally.
I am Irish. I have no real political views. I just like the memes.
So,
all right. So
now to the
basically, now Tommy and Matt are gonna rip into the episode, and I'll probably throw in a bit of rage every now and then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and go do something else while you guys go ahead and go into complete salt mode. So yeah, go ahead and do that.
I don't think that we won't be that salt. Okay, we will.
I'm only semi-salt. You can call me 0.9%.
I'll get some fries.
No, you call me normal saline. medical humor.
Science.
Anyway. So, Tommy, you're the expert, more than me, so how about you lead us off?
Alright, where do I even begin with this thing?
Alright, well, I have a little list if we could go over things. So let's just go over the things that they got wrong in the analysis, just at the end part. So,
you know what? I actually kind of feel like going through, because there are two things that just bugged the shit out of me, like before they even got to the verdict. Like, first, should I just go?
Go crazy.
Okay.
The world's your oyster.
First, the goddamn traveling to the Earth's core bullshit.
Oh boy.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Okay, now this is actually a pretty funny thing, because I know what he's talking about. It's a feat in the comics where they went to the center of the Earth to go get the universal solvent, and I fell for this too, and a lot of other people. But
yeah, we all did.
Yeah, we thought that he legit went to the center of the Earth and he'd take the heat and the pressure of it, which it's not a lot of energy at all. But
yeah,
as Tommy will say, there's something wrong with that feat.
So, okay, basically, they were protected. The whole thing. Like, there's just a big fuck-off hole that leads downwards, and they are protected by a giant layer of diamond and stuff. Basically, no pressure, for starters. Like, they're protected from pressure. Air pressure is just completely normal down there. Secondly, no heat. Like, the heat is just normal. Like, not even like 5 panels later or so, there's just lava. Lava shows up and they're just like getting out of there because it's too hot. It's gonna kill them.
Exactly, yeah. And it was easy for us to miss because we saw that, but it says clearly, like clear as day in the comic panels, that that's exactly what happened. They were being protected by it, and they needed to get out before they touched lava. So he didn't tank the center of the Earth. But
even if he did, he didn't. But even if he did, that's not a lot of energy. Like, maybe the pressure might be a bit, but like the heat, not really. Like, I think I already did like a thing, but I think it was like very low, small building level for that kind of heat for someone of Scrooge's like size, because he's like a small motherfucker. He's like 3 feet tall.
3 feet tall, isn't he?
And 20 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, all the feats are going to be like pretty negligible for him just because of how small he is and how little of the energy he'll be taking in the first place. Because that's just how it is. He's just so little. There's less of a surface area to work with.
Shovel Knight's not exactly a giant, but he's bigger than Scrooge.
Yes. He's like at least like 5 feet tall or something like that. 4 or 5 feet tall, 4.5.
I don't use nonsense units, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, so 1.0 something whatever meters.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Whatever.
It's probably be like an official digit, but he's not. Like.
Yeah, we have no official figure, so you kind of have to estimate it.
Yeah, but based off of like I don't know other things in the thing. But anyway,
I think you can pixel scale them like to the height
of the door.
Yeah, I use doorknobs. I think they just straight up use doors, like that one thing the DB Fanon did or whatever. I don't know.
No, it's just people use like other things in the settings for like real life estimates, but it's a good way to do it. All right, so another point you had, Tommy. You said you had 2?
Yes. Okay. Secondly, another case of so the first one is playing up a case of did you even read the goddamn thing, and pretty blatantly someone didn't, or someone missed that, or whatever. The second point is the intelligence thing where they're like, but he didn't go back to check about my ship.
I was wondering who was gonna bring this up.
Okay, just my God, how it says right there, the tower was sealed. Shovel Knight was gone. He is currently holding her destroyed helmet. What the fuck do you think he's gonna do?
Gonna grieve. They literally said he grieved.
Like,
also, I don't think grieving.
How does that make him stupid?
Grieving at all. Like, grieving does not make you an idiot. Not like people do stupid things when they're grieving. And if you see that, even if he could have gone back in the tower, if he sees to destroy,
he couldn't. It was sealed. Like it says right there.
Like but even if he could have, he's not an idiot for falling to grief. And that definitely doesn't translate.
And it's more irritating. It's more irritating because this is literally the very first cutscene before any gameplay of anything. So it's like, how do you like forget that?
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna cut in here.
It's like saying that.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid, especially since the main point of the game is because I think it's also not only was he grieving, he also partially felt guilty as well because he felt that he wasn't there to help Shield Knight, and as a result, well, she died or
was gone.
I don't think it was that happened.
Yeah, I think what's it called? Shit, I lost it there. Yeah, I think small spoilers for Spectre Shadows or Spectre Torment.
Yeah,
he wasn't there. He was nowhere near there when the tower fell. You actually see the moment when what's it called? You see the moment when the medallion.
That was not.
It wasn't out. It wasn't out, but just like to add on to it further.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. It was implied already, but now we know for 100% since then he was not there when the tower went down. He was in or around the area of the tower. We know that because when he woke up, Shield Knight was gone, but he wasn't there.
And again, he felt guilty. That's what I got from most of the gameplay for Shovel Knight, because especially when you have those moments where you have to catch a falling Shield Knight when she's falling in Shovel Knight's dream. He's grieving at that. He's not only grieving, that's his guilt of him trying to set his
base, bro.
I saw this brought up against Shovel Knight, that in the original ending, that Shield Knight was going to die. Just to give you an idea. And that someone said that the durability feats at the end of the game are an outlier because Shield Knight was intended to die, which is silly because that's not how it actually went down. Whatever the original plans were, how it actually went down is different.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done with interjecting. You guys can go back to ripping this
good point.
episode.
It's a good point.
Let's move on to important things.
All right. I got one. Besides, not getting that one feat wrong and misinterpreting the level of intelligence Shovel Knight has, Scrooge's experience.
Okay, so
they said this was a major
bit more
advantage.
complicated. Like, you could make a case for it, sure, whatever, but
it's quantity versus quality, basically.
Yeah, basically that. Like, he very rarely actually fights anyone one-on-one. Like, for the most part, he's just, setting up traps, using whatever gadget he found, setting up defenses, doing stuff that requires either prep time or extraneous circumstances, as it were.
Yeah, and yeah, they said a major point in the
he fights
verdict.
Like regular dudes, like some fodder. He fights a couple knights. That's whenever he fights someone that's actually good at their job, he doesn't actually fight them. He just kind of beats them by using whatever the plot du jour is.
PIS, basically.
Yes, basically. There are exceptions, but they're few and far between.
Yeah, and it's you could have hundreds of years of experience because Scrooge is supposedly really old, but it doesn't matter if you're that old and you have that much life experience. If you're facing against an opponent who's gone up against maybe not as many different types of threats as you have, but they're just far better threats than you've ever faced.
To give an idea, oh god, there is good examples of this, and they're all in Goku vs Superman 1, I think it was one of Superman's best feats that they gave for experience was him fighting demons in Valhalla for fodder demons for 1,000 years. Yeah, 1,000 years. That is a decent feat, but it doesn't really mean much in comparison to Goku and all the fights that he's had. Now, there's a whole different experience argument there, but just feat A, the fought 10,000 people, the fought for 1,000 years thing, does not compare to Goku's 40 years of fighting really powerful threats. That's a bad example. That's a bad example because Superman does have fights against those kind of threats, but it's just comparing those two feats directly. It doesn't work. It's the same thing. Scrooge is 100 years or so. fighting random fodder people just to make money, and he doesn't do much.
Okay, so this is going a bit off tangent, so let's just...
Shovel Knight has what? Yeah, Shovel Knight has what? 10, 20 years or so, a rough estimate of adventuring, plus maybe a week or two fighting the Border, no quarter. Vastly outweighs what Scrooge has done in experience.
I also wasn't...
That's random time units.
Yeah, I also wasn't really like... I wasn't really happy with like the selection of items that they allowed both characters and stuff. Like, well, more so for Shovel Knight. His case was more not showing some items and stuff as they should have been.
Of all
and Scrooge,
this is the one that pisses me off the most. Actually.
Yeah, for Scrooge, it's like okay, they allowed like some like the anti-friction gun and the anti-inertia gun or something, which are very, if what I recall, they're very very one-off, one time use. And Shovel Knight, even if they were right with the rest of their verdict, they brought up the amulet coin, and this is something that plays directly into a weakness of Scrooge that they addressed directly in the episode, and it would have one-shotted him. It would have given Shovel Knight the win, even if he had like all the disadvantages that they said. And it was brought up, like it was listed, but it was ignored.
But Shovel Knight's an idiot. He wouldn't think of throwing the gold coin against the money-hungry duck.
Oh, of course not.
Oh, what's that? There's this guy who has literally a pile of money, like a freaking fantasy dragon. Let's not use the thing that's a coin against him.
And I've heard the argument that the alchemy coin isn't money, therefore Scrooge wouldn't like go for it.
That kind of
still gold
annoys me because
it's a shiny thing.
It without being.
He
can smell money. He can smell money apparently, but it's still gold. So it could, if he could touch it without
he's gonna be
magic,
curious
he could still exchange it.
So if you've watched the show, you know that like there are multiple episodes where the entire plot is basically, oh hey, there's this valuable thing, I'm just gonna grab it and take it. Like it looks like gold, it's probably actually made of gold. Why would he not like want it? He
I don't know.
This several times, it's just how he goes. Like, go ahead, free money, sure.
Okay, and just to wrap it up, because we got a lot to talk about today. One more point I'll address, and maybe that'll bring up something I forget, but the thing that gets me is that even with all the stuff that Scrooge had presented in the episode, using only that information that they use, if you look at it deep enough, Shovel Knight would still win. Like, one of the major things that they talked about was this calculation that they made for Scrooge, where he threw a nickel or a $50 or something over the Potomac River. And he was able to like boat across the river, and he did it super fast, and it came out to 164 miles per hour. But they also addressed that Shovel Knight dodges, reacts to, outruns in some cases. I don't remember cannonballs, which are like much faster. And they said
even if you don't want to use like standard velocities for cannonballs and stuff, like cannons of that general making, you can still just use projectile motion calculations to do, because like that thing goes in a straight line and it does not noticeably drop, like it, which means that the time frame between point A and point B needs to be under a certain amount, because gravity is a thing that exists. But let's just ignore that because of my video games.
Yeah. So yeah,
and like there's like which reminds me, and this isn't just like a speed thing, because it can also tank those things. And there's like, there's these big fuck off ones that are going at the same speed as the tiny ones that are going like across like multiple screens, I think. So like, and the kinetic energy for that would be, it's like we're actually
much higher than I think
the feats they brought up, because the only actual feat they brought up for DC and durability that they actually made any sort of reference to was, oh, he got dragged through a minefield and hit with a cannon. Oh, hey, here's Shovel Knight getting hit by a bigger cannonball than that, and mines aren't actually all that.
The other thing is what's it called? Oh, look at him tear apart a steamboat. I hate
over time.
I really
over time. We don't know how it happened.
If he did it
completely off screen.
if he did it in one punch, then it would be a feat.
It would be a really good feat.
It would be a decent feat. It probably wouldn't help, but it would be a feat.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah, but
yeah, the whole thing, like in terms of like minimum energy, there's nothing there that goes past wall level, pretty much. I think, except it depends on like unless the things he's pulling apart are like just really big for some reason, which they aren't, but good. Yeah, so like unless we go unreasonable with this, it's not.
There was like
impressive.
Smokestacks that fell, and that's what the thing that they hyped up was, knocking over these smokestacks. But it's not. We don't know how he did it. So it could have been like a structural integrity thing. I don't know. Maybe something blew up in another room, which caused him to fall over.
If I remember correctly,
he was actually.
Who knows?
No, it was actually like I think he was like tied to them, and he just like pulled them. But that's still like the only thing he gets is like the minimum required force to bend like the metal and stuff until
exactly. They're hollow too.
Yeah,
like
they're
smokestacks.
Smokestacks.
They're tin.
Yeah. So so they said that Scrooge was stronger because of that, and because he fights animals, like just random ass animals and shit. And yeah,
the first feat they brought up for Shovel Knight it was that he fought a dragon in the first level and beat it. He fought fuck off huge fish, and the logic is so contradictory.
Just look at how big some of these guys are that he fights. Like Mike Tyson, they calculated him dropping with a force that would be like 4 times the strength of Mike Tyson's punch. If even 4 times the strength of Mike Tyson's punch wouldn't take out some of the big ass fuckers he takes out in this game. So
he takes down airships, giant mechs. It's just
it's blatantly superhuman stuff.
Yeah.
So that's
too
my
long
gripe.
to read.
Even go over their actual
salt,
stats that they actually have, or should we just move on?
Yeah, let's just move on before we get even more
I could
salt
go into more
overflow,
detail
even the
about
Dead
what their
Sea.
actual stats are, because like Scrooge even has like a few better feats. Shovel Knight has feats that are way fucking higher than what we just mentioned.
Okay, Tommy.
Like,
Tommy.
We haven't got time.
We kind of need to move on, otherwise we're gonna get more salt in here than there is in the entire ocean.
That. So let's move on to
it's wrong.
something that's...
Don't worry, the only one who suffers for all this is me. Okay,
Alright, so let's move on.
Next topic.
Next topic. Oh, right, this one.
Actually,
we got a new episode.
Next episode
I am
was
hype.
announced,
I am hype.
It's Venom versus Bane. Excuse me.
Venom
for a
versus
second.
Bane. If you could hear that.
I am hype. I am hype. I am hype.
Why?
Okay, well, Wolf's got that out of the way. It is kind of a why.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
But Venom
Why? Why is
Okay,
this
for
all
okay,
Venom is cool.
For all
Bane
the
is
serious
cool.
fights.
Why do they have to fight each other? Because
there's no
serious fights they've had.
better matchup except for the guys from Prototype. There is no better matchup except for the guys from Prototype.
Oh,
If you, all those other matchups are way more statistically imbalanced.
What do they have in common besides
They both use substances to make themselves stronger that have something to do with the word Venom.
They also have, if you want to go, they're kind of sort of dark
Also, they show up
analogs.
and beat up the other guy with these.
Even with dark analogs.
When they first showed up in the 90s and beat the crap out of their hero, so
even with like
there is a
dark
decent
analog
amount of
you could put in like General Zod would make more sense than some of these people. Like
exactly.
That's so weird. Like
But,
of all
you know,
the serious fights that we've had,
And
this
it's yet
is by
another
far like the
Batman
weirdest.
versus Spider-Man style matchup. So guess who's gonna win? The same type of person that won last time.
well, that's not always the case.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We actually need to explain why that is.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Well, because it's not always the case there. Like, think about it this way. Zelda beat Peach, but Ganon beat Bowser.
No.
Just give you an idea.
Don't you
It's-
dare
no,
fucking
yeah.
bring that up.
But
Don't you dare, Mo.
Stop that.
Hey,
Don't.
we're talking
No.
about this in relation to Death Battle.
refuse to
And that
accept
happened.
that
anyway,
exists.
so Venom wins.
Give me
no,
a sec.
no surprise there.
Yeah, because
Venom-
Spider Sense again helps him out, and also much better feats.
Actually, they're both pretty similar in regards to like physical stats and stuff. And especially with Venom, when Bane is on Venom, he's actually stronger than Batman, who we know survives like these big ass explosions that could take out buildings and shit. And he's really strong physically.
Complete moron that throws strategy right out the window in just favor of charge and beat the shit out of him.
Pretty much, although that's kind of like not the case in like the comics and stuff. He's a little bit smarter than he's presented in other media and stuff. But yeah, he's not
hooked up on
he's very
Venom,
much
when he's like.
Yeah, no, not even when he's hooked up on Venom, because I think New 52 version actually makes him smarter.
Yeah.
I think it's New 52.
I mean, I know Bane is intelligent.
Yeah.
Bane, in pretty much every form of media, except for certain others, is always intelligent. But when he's chalked up on
that's
Venom,
what he's talking about.
The more Venom he gets,
that's what I'm talking about. I'm saying there's a version where he's actually smarter.
On the Venom. Like, he actually keeps his intelligence.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. But yeah, but like what Mo says, or not Mo, what Wolf says, is that he has nothing besides punching things. Whereas Venom, he's about the same physically, and he's just like has so many fucking powers.
Not to mention the speed,
kind of thing is the
very similar spider sense to Spider-Man.
It doesn't exactly have a spider sense. It's more that his suit kind of can fill in.
No, he straight up does not have a spider sense.
Not to mention he can just trap up. He can just trap Bane and trap Bane up in a bunch of freaking webbing.
Yeah,
webbing.
Which he's shown to be able to do, and then just beat the shit out of him.
Honestly, a lot of what Venom has, he basically has all Spider-Man's powers in one shape or form. They're often different. Like, he doesn't have a spider sense, but his suit can kind of fill in. It's not the same as spider sense in that it's an omnidirectional psychic sense.
His spider sense light.
Basically, his suit is like, his suit's basically all eyes, and with how fast and strong Venom is, it's kind of just fills the void. When it comes to Venom and Bane, you get their stats by scaling them to Batman and Spider-Man, and adding an unquantifiable.
Except for that one feat. There's
yes,
Venom.
Venom has a couple more feats on his own. But
guys, he took hits from the Human Torch.
But Bane fought Superman.
We're doing this, boys.
Bane fought Superman though, so GG.
So did Venom.
So did Venom.
Actually, Venom's done it twice. He's fought Superman twice and had him on the back rope.
He also fought Jugs. Yeah, it's extra consistent. He's fought Spider-Man fought Firelord, so it's extra consistent.
And Batman took hits from Darkseid's Omega Beam, so that's cool.
Hey, Carnage, who Venom partially scales to, he had a little brief fight with Sentry.
Partially scales, dude, Venom.
Okay, we're getting off topic on that one.
Okay, we're getting
Let's go less on the feats and more just fanboy over these two characters.
In general,
holy crap, these two are awesome.
Yes.
In general, Venom and Bane should be about the same strength. Venom's faster. Bane has a very exploitable weakness with no powers really to speak of, bar strength, healing, and he's pretty fucking smart. Whereas Venom is decently smart.
His tubes or cut them off, and he has no access to his Venom.
That's why I said exploitable weakness. Well, it's actually not just that he has no access to his Venom, more that he kind of goes into withdrawal without it. If you cut that off from him, then it's like basically you go from fighting a strategic mastermind who can toss tanks at you to fighting a junkie.
Well, he's still intelligent even without the Venom. It's just he's
weaker. He is.
He's frailer,
but he goes
slower,
through withdrawal.
Weaker. Yeah, with all the withdrawal. He's still intelligent.
He's not going to use it because he's shivering in a mess. It's maybe not quite that extreme. He is basically a junkie coming down off a high.
And so let's be honest, Venom could just bite the tubes with his sharp-ass teeth and completely cut Bane off.
Or bite him. Bane's because he has fucking poison that can fuck over Sandman in those teeth.
Yeah.
That's really good poison.
Basically invisibility.
Anyway.
His camouflage can basically be invisibility for him.
He's got shape shifting. He's got regen.
At this point in the time, late in the timeline, it got to the point where the symbiote could actually liquefy down its host and move as a puddle.
Also, another thing with
But
we also suggested trying to get away from the fight because it's a dumb fight with an obvious winner. We pretty much
he can make guns after Ash.
Yeah, we pretty much elected as a group to basically not try to talk about that too much and just talk about the characters themselves because again, they're awesome.
Did?
We did before you got out here.
What happened?
Yeah.
Wait. I demand to get one last one in.
All right, fine.
Hey guys, I have a great idea. Let's do Spider-Man versus Bats again. But you know that fight where Spidey stat stomped? Except this time, Spidey is someone better in every way, with like some poison, with some mindfuckery, stealth options, regen. What does the other guy have, by the way, you may be asking? Well, he tackles things. And has an obvious weak point.
Of course.
I brought it up to. I said to a friend of mine that this fight is basically Batman versus Spider-Man all over again. Spider-Man is much more superior to Spider-Man is much stronger than he used to be. He has Batman's utility belt, and Batman in return has a little button on the back of his neck that, when pressed, will inject himself with neurotoxin.
Well, more like steroids, but.
No, as in when the tube is cut, Wolf, then he goes.
I thought you meant like.
Yeah.
Come on, Wolf, keep on talking things.
Yeah. Anyway. Anyway, but yeah, I just like these two characters, and while I'm glad, while I don't like the fact that it's one character
this
I
is
like,
going to
having
be the
kill
best
another
Bourne
character
thread
that I
ever
like.
of all.
It could be worse. It could be a character I like being killed by a character I absolutely despise. But then again, I don't think there's anybody Molina could really actually beat that I like.
Oh, by far. These two are like really cool characters to have. I don't think Bane is as exactly that interesting to have in like a death battle to devote a whole episode to him. But these two characters are really cool. And Venom was pretty much like his character is definitely really, really cool. He's one of the better Batman villains.
After Hulk and Wolverine were used, I think Venom or Carnage are probably the most requested Marvel characters out there.
Nah,
besides
think Green
Galactus.
Lantern, probably.
Marvel.
I said Marvel.
Oh, Marvel. I thought you said just character.
And Galactus versus Unicron, I don't know. I mean Venom
Thanos.
in general. He gets a lot of
Thanos, versus Darkseid.
He's only really Darkseid. I see more for Venom.
Yeah, Venom has a lot of different requests.
Yeah, he has a lot of different requests, and they're all dumb. Then again, that's Venom, for surprisingly, given how successful and popular the character is, he's rather unique. You know, it's weird. Well, he's not unique in Marvel itself because, like, everyone and their mother has worn a symbiote at one point. In fact, there's an upcoming event called, Edge of Venomverse, so it's probably going to lead into Venomverse.
Hell, they had an entire freaking series of comic books dedicated to the symbiote and everything involving the symbiote. It's one of the most, it's one of the dumbest of all time, but it shows how popular Venom is both amongst the writers at Marvel and the readers.
Which is
it's a really cool concept.
It's probably out of date, so yeah.
Hell,
it's probably out of date with
not being in much of Spider-Man 3 was one of the biggest complaints about Spider-Man 3.
There was so many complaints about Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
I hate that movie. I hate it more.
Why does Venom not appear that much?
And by extension,
not only that. Not only does he not appear that much, when he does appear, it's not Venom. It's Topher Grace and like black goop.
Yeah, the freaking thing is peeled back and you see he has sharp teeth and it's freaking Eric Foreman from That 70s Show.
Also, they completely fucked
the
up
dumbass
the characterization.
Yeah. They fucked him up completely.
Yeah. I mean, Venom is still an awesome character. Like the animated series that they have, all the different animated series versions of Spider-Man they have, make Venom really awesome.
The PlayStation 1 Spider-Man game has the best voice for Venom by far. I don't know if anybody played it before.
Did a really good job with Venom as well.
The only true Spider-Man game is Spider-Man 2.
Well, yeah. No, you should try it. N64 PlayStation 1. It's kind of like old by today's standards, but it was considered like one of the better superhero
and if you're not really a fan
for like a while
of voice acting stuff, there's also Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage.
Oh, speaking of Spider-Man games, how about freaking Ultimate Spider-Man where you can play as Venom?
Yeah.
I remember that one. I had that on GameCube.
I remember there was a Spider-Man game. I think it was on DS more than anything else. No, it wasn't only on DS. Where you could go around and New York was like fucked up with symbiotes.
God damn it, Mo!
I kind of remember that.
God damn it! He trained with a balloon. He sent me a link to Bowser vs. Ganon and Skype. You fucking asshole! Damn it! Fuck you.
I sent that like 20 minutes ago. I was like, when is he gonna notice?
Yeah, I was expecting a message from a friend of mine because I saw the Skype had it said like you have 3 messages, and I have like 2 Skype groups. So I was like, oh, a friend of mine sent me it. I click on the freaking thing to show me my Skype contacts. It's Mo that sent me something. I was like, oh, I see a link, and then I look at the link because Skype has this feature that lets you see like videos that are linked to you, and it shows the Bowser vs. Ganondorf thumbnail. I was like, fuck you.
I am a good person. And I am
no,
a great
you
friend.
are not. You are an asshole.
Anyway, yeah, there's a web Spider. Hold on, I think it was Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
Well,
yeah, you just
Mo
run around New
fights
York
that out.
beating up. Yeah, you just run around beating up symbiotes.
While we're talking about
I
Spider-Man 3 and Venom not being much in it, how about The Dark Knight Rises, where Bane is just completely shafted at the end, in place for freaking the worst Talia al Ghul ever.
This movie is one of the most unfortunately disappointing sequels, Batman.
At least we got Bane posting.
Yeah, the best part of the thread by far.
You should have respected my authority. That freaking South Park episode with Bane, with the Bane masks. But yeah, that version of Bane is dumb, and I do not like it. I prefer.
Is that version of Bane?
I prefer the regular
enough?
Bane, the regular Bane who speaks with a Spanish accent.
Yeah, it was Web of Shadows.
Much more like the regular character. You know, the guy from the Arkham games and Injustice, and even the animated series.
But of course, the memes are going to be great in this thread. I can't do Bane voices. I'm sorry.
What the hell?
memes
That
are
was a Bane voice?
I can't do it at all. I blame the accent. My sword is
very, very interesting, Batman.
Yes, Batman. I respect
I can't do voice.
Hey Bane! In this death battle, will you die? It will be extremely painful.
For you.
Give that.
You're pretty big. You said too quick. Anyway.
Also,
yeah,
it was Web of
great.
Shadows.
Bane, I'm gonna say this. As much as I like Joker, I've always said that my favorite. He's not my favorite Batman villain. That has always been one of 3 options. It's always been either Scarecrow, Two-Face, or Bane. One of those 3.
Personally, I never got the appeal of Two-Face, but I do like Scarecrow a lot. I think Joker is one of my favorites.
Two-Face, I think it's
favorite.
more just the idea of a fallen angel, of like Harvey Dent was this really good guy, really heroic prosecutor.
Yeah, it's a good backstory, but then he becomes a gangster, and it's just kind of like he just
I
acts
also
like
like
a
the
schizo
idea of
sometimes
using
and
like
flips a coin, and that's
flip
it.
to try and determine what he will do. Like he lets it up to fate to decide.
If you want to talk about tragic backstories, one of my all-time favorites has always been Mr. Freeze.
Oh, Mr. Freeze always has a tragic backstory. Well, he always had a tragic backstory starting with the animated series, because after that it was just, he has a freeze gun. That's cool. That's it. Ah, damn it! I did not mean for the pun! Son of a bitch, I hate puns. God damn it.
But they're wonderful.
No.
Yeah, I'm not
Bad.
even sorry.
Bad Heatran.
Chill out.
Alright, so moving on to the 1-minute melee. Before this gets any more worse.
I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're done.
So we have a couple of...
If you didn't catch it, if you didn't catch it with us gushing Venom shit stumps, the end. Next.
Yeah. And the next one is Ibuki versus Ivy for the first of our 1-minute melee.
No, it wasn't Ivy. It was Valentine.
Valentine. What?
Yeah,
Ivy?
Why did you put
Ivy?
Ivy?
Nobody corrected me.
I didn't even notice.
Damn it.
I didn't even
know
notice.
the name is
Oh,
I
Valentine.
didn't realize it
I am
either.
so ashamed.
You failed me
Yeah,
for the last
Ibuki
time.
from Street Fighter versus
Ibuki
Valentine from that's probably why you put Ivy, because
because it's Ivy Valentine. It got confused.
It's not
Anyway.
Ivy Valentine from Soul Calibur. It's Valentine from Skullgirls.
And it was alright.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was
Yeah.
decent.
I like it.
Also hinting at Painwheel being a character that will be in a 1-minute melee.
Yeah, still a lot of production value still going on. There's like that hidden
Really
story
well
with
done.
1-minute melee. Yeah, I really liked it, and this was pretty well choreographed. The sprites were very fluid in motion and stuff.
It was
really flexible, but it was just all right. It wasn't like, yeah,
it wasn't groundbreaking.
It was no Samus versus Mega Man or anything like that.
Yeah, but you get Nurse Booty and you get Ninja Booty. Like,
yeah, we had them Skullgirls jiggle physics. You can't complain.
That's all you need, really.
How are you
tits and ass?
Physics?
Also, I will.
Tits and ass.
Ah, jeez.
It is though.
But yeah,
I will say this. I will say this though. While the fight itself wasn't like the best, and I think the Ibuki sprite actually clashed a lot with everything else around it.
That was the best.
That was a pretty low quality sprite.
They made the Skullgirls for the sprites look good.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't do much with them in the fight itself, they look
hand
good.
drawn and really well done.
They're insanely hard to animate though. So
yeah, they are hard to animate, but they are really well done.
They did a really good job with it, yeah. Especially with the
jiggle
physics, as mentioned earlier.
It's like the Blaze Blue sprites.
Just the physics
they're harder to animate, but they are just top quality.
Yeah. So
not
much else there.
Yeah.
The only other downside is that it was very kind of like follow the plotty. He was like, oh, the guy is coming in to save from the bad guy, and of course the good guy
the bad
obviously
guys
wins.
will activate their ultimate bad guy weapon person, who in this case will be Pain Wheel. Which that's another thing I gotta complain is just the sort of jump scare at the end with revealing that Pain Wheel will be in a 1-minute melee at some point eventually, maybe not next one.
Yeah.
Speaking of next
sometime in the future. Oh yeah.
Sometime in
we
the
have another
1
minute melee that just came out today.
13. Freaking Mystery Science Theater. I'm so glad they're bringing back Mystery Science Theater 2000. That's amazing. Anyway, then there was the 1 minute melee that aired the day that we are recording this, and that was Sasori versus Alice.
Okay, this one.
It's funny that we go. It's funny we go from follow my plot to one that's like almost the opposite.
The exact opposite.
The exact opposite.
But that's
so fucking
about
dark,
the only
dude.
credit I give
Really?
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's dark as fuck. It's the only credit I can give it though is that it was so like averting our expectations, and that
yeah,
it wasn't
the last time we had a Toho character in a death battle,
it had a lot to
in a
live
1 minute
up
melee, she ended up winning easily.
Not only that, it's just that fight was so fucking good, and this one was just kind of It wasn't bad. A lot
I was kind
of
of hoping that Alice Margatroyd, that's a weird last name, but still, I was hoping Alice would win. Mainly because I'm not a fan of Naruto, but still.
I didn't really care. I suppose if I had to pick a side, I'd pick Sasori for a reason. Before I get attacked, if he wins here, that means that Naruto has got their win, which means they don't ever have to win again, and that means you can kill all their other characters.
Oh, come on, man. You can't expect it to be that simple. Also, I'm pretty sure
it can. It's why One Piece was due to... Oh, wait, shit. Never mind. Lee beats Sanji.
Yeah.
So that means this is completely pointless and had no reason to exist.
Yeah.
Although, on that...
it had to be against fucking Sanji, too. God damn it. Anyway. Salt Dawn. Alright.
This fight, though, actually was very interesting. The voice acting was not very good, I will admit, but...
They kind of... it was alright. They kind of sounded like the dub a little bit, I guess, from what I remember. I have to see it again.
It's Alice's voice. She just does not sound very interesting. She sounds annoying a little to me.
No, it's Toho.
Well, Toho
which is part of the reason why I like this
usually,
episode,
if it is, it's in Japanese. So, I mean, you can't really say that.
Yeah.
I mean, the voice actress does a decent job. The writing wasn't very well done, though, and at least not for the dialogue stuff. And
it was just It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just it existed.
Yeah, it was just kind of there. I did think
I'm kind of glad, though.
I will say though, the animation's still just top quality.
That's because it's Cybergate. They don't let non-top quality stuff in.
Well, except for the Ragnar versus Dante one.
We don't talk about that.
Well, I'm sorry, but we also don't talk about Bowser versus Ganon, and somebody had to bring it up.
Okay,
here we go.
I ain't got time for this.
Okay. Yeah, DBX.
Let's move on to
DBX time.
Yeah. Starting with the first one, which was Espio versus Greninja, which I freaking called the moment that they showed off the Smash Ball in that fight. I was like, the Smash Ball's there. Greninja's gonna use this little Ragnarok thing, and he's gonna win, isn't he?
Oh, that was obvious. It was follow my plot. No, my biggest complaint is you have a character which is so varied as Greninja, and Espio apparently has a lot of moves too. I wouldn't know that much. Greninja has a lot you can do with him, and they stuck to Smash.
Yeah.
You know, like you can do so much, even if you don't dip into Ash Greninja, and if you do dip into Ash Greninja, you have a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
But you have so many different moves, and what they do, he punch, kick.
Well, I would chalk it up probably to sprite limitations.
Yeah, there would be sprite limitations, but then why do it?
Because DBX, and because Greninja is popular right now, and
I'm sure there would have been ways to like
at this point, Greninja is one of those Pokemon that'll be popular forever. He's kind of he's joined the ranks of Pikachu, Charizard, and Lucario, and that his popularity is never going to go away.
And Zoroark.
Well, because also in part because they've been pushing him like
crazy,
fucking super hard. Yeah, you will love this guy. And we do, because
Greninja is a frog ninja. It's actually, like Frog from Chrono Trigger. He's a frog knight.
Here's the funny thing. The funny thing is, I don't know how early in production of the anime Ash Greninja was planned. Apparently it was decently laid on. But in terms of Smash, Greninja was picked before they knew he was going to be popular. Like they picked one of the
because they were going to push. Yeah, and he was going to be like the most logical choice for Smash Bros. Because he's speedy.
Who else from Gen 6 could you have? None of the legendaries could really work as fighting characters to fight with in Smash.
Yeah.
You didn't really use Chestnut very well.
Trubbish.
Too bulky.
Trubbish.
And we said Gen 6.
I'm talking about Gen 6. And
he's GOAT tier.
And Delphox.
It should have been Barbarical. It really should have been Barbarical.
No. Actually, was Greninja in Kogan Tournament? I forgot.
No.
No, actually.
That's actually a surprise.
Which is weird.
I thought he would have been. Because Gen 6 was out by then.
People are guessing there's going to be a Switch port of it, and he'll probably show up in that along with the DLC characters from the arcade machine.
Where's Nidoking? Bring in Nidoking, goddammit.
God damn it, Mac.
I would love to see Nidoking. Nidoking
God damn it, Mac.
I'm surprised we didn't get... Actually, did we even have a grass type representative in Smash 4?
Yes, I made him Sceptile.
I said in Smash 4, not in...
in Smash. I assumed you... Okay, never mind. My bad.
You're bad.
No, with what's called Pikachu.
You got Pikachu, Jigglypuff, Mewtwo's DLC, Lucario.
We've had Ivysaur before, so...
No, I said in Smash 4.
That's okay. Smash 5, we're gonna have Decidueye.
No, don't talk about Smash 5 yet. Don't make the dumb fans that do all the speculation and have dumb ideas.
Goku!
For characters. Don't make them start doing that.
Goku! No,
Shrek.
Mac. Yes, there we go. We found the quality character that we all need. He will not let you in his swamp.
Oh, dear Lord.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on, please.
Yes, please. We don't want to be here too long, and we've already been recording for 53 minutes.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, we spent so much time complaining about Scrooge versus Shovel Knight and Venom versus Bane, and going off topic.
All right, Link versus Meta Knight.
I'm gonna say this now. I did not like this one.
No, a lot of people did. It was super short.
I haven't seen it.
No, it's not just the super short thing. The animation was so slow.
Yeah, actually, I don't think it was slow, but not. How do I
anything that happened in that was like, it lasted forever, and yet somehow it was at the same time didn't last long enough to be satisfying.
I actually disagree with that. I think that's a problem that DBX normally has, and this one didn't. I think what this one's problem was that it was a lot of nothing. It was decently animated, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
It was just there was no weight or conflict or
Yeah, all it was Link slashing his sword and using the claw shot.
Link's lost his Master Sword. Link's dead. It was basically a showcase of this is what Meta Knight can do, and Link's just there as fodder.
Yeah, although to be fair, I mean, it's kind of like how Smash Brothers is. Link sucks and Meta Knight is awesome.
And Brawl,
even in
not so much.
Smash 4, Link's not exactly great. At least not when compared to Toon Link.
Yeah, Toon Link's the best, and probably the three involved. But no, that's not the real. The fight itself isn't probably not the real talking point here.
Yeah, there's the other thing.
Yeah, the real talking point is just this episode was animated by Donimations. If you remember.
Oh boy.
If you remember the podcast from in around. If you remember the podcast from in around Mewtwo versus Shadow, Donimations animated a couple of fights in season 2, I believe. But he definitely animated Bowser vs. Ganon and Mewtwo vs. Shadow. One's infamously short fight, and the other is
infamously ugly
bad
looking
fight. Yeah, wasn't
Also, another thing with that one was he also animated a couple of the 2D DBXs, I think.
Yeah, the early ones. But no, I think he did like 1 or 2. And they were
like King DDD versus Amy.
He's a decent animator.
That was a good one.
Doesn't seem to put his all into this stuff. But the controversy is on his way out of the Screw Attack. Taking a break or leaving Screw Attack and coming back isn't a big deal. Like, I know we'd all welcome back Hypergage with open arms. They're never coming back, but we would. No, that's not the big deal. The big deal is that on his way out, he cried.
He's like, "Oh look, there's the bridge to Screw Attack."
It wasn't that. Yeah, he tried to. He admitted that that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to burn the bridge to Screw Attack, and I don't think they saw it because he deleted it all the posts on the.
He kind of badmouthed the fans too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
He did do that. Badmouth versus as a whole.
Yeah.
Well, enough, he didn't have the same issues Hypergage did because they had a lot of issues with how Screw Attack works with their animators.
It was sort of the reverse thing was that Hypergage kind of got screwed over by them, and they were like, "We welcome the fans. We just don't like Screw Attack." That's basically how Hypergage was when they left.
They thought they weren't getting paid enough, and Donimation's like, "I just don't like doing this." It's like, I don't like this at all. So I will admit it's nice to see him back because I think of the animators we have now, him or CV probably the best ones.
Jet also.
Maybe Kaya.
Yeah, Jets.
That CV is Jets. CV is Jets.
Yeah.
Who did Zoro versus?
Was that CV
what's his face, Kenshin?
Was that CV? Oh, you mean the DBX? I don't know. I think that was Kaias. I think.
Kaias is pretty good.
Yeah, he's good. But I think Don's probably the best of all of them, but not by a whole lot. But it's just nice to have him back. But the circumstances in which he left are definitely worth exploring.
Yeah, and this wasn't really a good first start to him being back. Exactly.
It's not a bad one, but it's not good. It's not. It's
if we had this animation and if it was like maybe a bit like half a minute or to a minute longer and just showcase more of their shit, I would have been, at least it would have been a little bit more enjoyable.
It's like the opposite problem with Zoro. It's kind of the same thing with Zero versus Meta Knight. Why is it anything that involves Meta Knight in animation is always terrible?
Because Meta Knight.
That's the easy answer to that.
Well, sprite animation.
Kirby's trash. Fight me.
Yeah. Meta Knight doesn't do a whole lot, especially for a series called like Kirby. And so he kind of lends himself to weird animation.
Actually, funny thing I found out was actually this DBX was leaked by Forbes of all things, like a magazine about rich people. They actually had a thing, an article on Rooster Teeth, and they had a section on DBX, and this was one of the things they leaked on it. Huh. They also leaked another one that we are expecting in the future that I will not talk about because it has not happened yet.
Oh, that one. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that one.
Definitely that.
Move on now.
Cool. Yeah, okay. I think we're done. DBX.
Yeah, we're done with DBX. Now on to the usual thing we do when we have a guest. So, Tommy, you're here. You're new to the show. So, what we usually do, for those that are out of the loop, and yes, I have to say this because we haven't had a new person on in a long time, Whenever we have somebody new on the show, we usually ask them some questions. Nothing bad or interrogative.
Speed up. I get it.
But we usually ask them some questions.
Yourself at night?
First things first. What is your favorite death battle that they have done so far?
I'm gonna have to go with Ratchet and Clank versus Jack and Daxter.
Good choice.
Good choice.
Yeah, I like that one.
That was a fun fight, and I still say that it's the best season 3, even if overall you guys disagreed.
Yeah, that's the most surprising thing to me is that I do disagree, given that it was my dream fight forever. And it's honestly.
Yeah, if it wasn't that, it'd be Hulk versus Doomsday.
Another good choice.
Being the super fan I am of Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter, there are obviously a couple of things I'd change, but overall.
I've never even played a Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter game, mainly because I don't have the consoles to play them, and I thought it was fucking awesome. The voice acting could use a little work,
one thing I'd change is I would change the kill. I love the liquid nitrogen gun, but they should have used some of the wackier shit. The Groovitron into a morph gun is my ideal one.
Yeah. And again, the voice acting could have been much more improved.
Yeah, I liked it, alright.
Yeah, we've gone at length about the voice acting before.
Yeah, we've been there, done that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I talked to Stuart. He said Stuart Slomok, the guy who voiced Zex in Tiger Sword vs. Epion. He said that the voice acting was the one thing that kept him from enjoying that episode. Which I have to disagree. The voice acting, while bad in certain cases, kind of just okay in others. It still was an awesome fight nonetheless.
Yeah, it was good. I like it a lot.
Especially after the sour taste that was that fight. Anyway. So that was fun. And Thomas, what did you say the other one was?
Hulk versus Doomsday.
We covered that one then.
Yeah,
we already talked about that
one.
Yeah, please don't make me edit more.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
okay, so Tommy, what is your least favorite fight they've done so far?
Let's see. Yeah, probably Yang versus Tifa. Tifa versus Yang.
Speaking about
we're not going to talk about that. We've already talked about that like 7 times on the show, and I don't want to get even more angry.
Let's not get negative here. Let's just
move on. Okay.
What do you want to see, Tommy?
Yeah. What's a death battle that you want to see happen?
Alright, so I think you've already talked about like Travis versus Jack and Travis versus I think you've already talked about that. So
yeah, we've done that.
Yep.
Secondarily to that, I'd have to go with Gene versus Nero, like Gene from God Hand versus Nero from Devil May Cry.
That's an interesting one.
I've never heard that request. That's an awesome one.
I have heard of it. I've heard it's thrown around the Skype chat before.
A Devil Arm versus a God Hand. Yeah.
I can use Devil May Cry music for this section.
Yes, you can.
See, it all fits.
Yes. We did this on purpose, Mo, just for you.
Huh.
So yeah, that's actually very interesting.
I'm satisfied right now.
I've heard God Hand was, in some cases, it was a great game, but it was so commercially terrible that it killed the company that made it.
Okay, so can I go on a rant? Can I go on a rant?
This is what I heard. I'm not going to say this is what happened.
Failed.
But go ahead. Go on a rant if you need to.
This is legit one of my favorite games of all time. God Hand is the shit.
Critically, it was successful. It sucked commercially, as in it didn't sell well.
Yeah.
Still.
It also gave birth to the biggest IGN meme of all time, except for that one Pokemon one. Yeah. 3 out of 10. IGN. Like, really?
Everybody shat on it. It was so bad. It wasn't just IGN.
Someone put up a clip right here of what happens in the pause menu when you click the R1 and L1 buttons. It's the best thing.
What happens?
You'll find out at some point. Okay, so let's talk about the matchup.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So like I did a bunch of research for Gene. Like I think I did. Yeah, I did a blog for that with like all of the research. And basically, he's boned.
He's boned. Way to put it bluntly.
He is giga-fucked, man.
Okay, so like, I can't even like properly. Like I don't think I even found anything that like reached building level or anything. I don't think.
Hasn't Gene also been suggested for people like Armstrong and Kenshiro?
Oh
like,
God!
What do people
Kenshiro,
what do people
that
have?
guy.
You really don't.
What do people have against him? What did he do wrong?
I also remember he was an opponent for her, but
Oh yeah, and also Garnet,
no.
because everybody's been suggested to fight Garnet
yeah,
for some
I
reason.
remember Garnet was a
If you
opponent
punch
for
things,
Venom,
you will
too.
fight Garnet.
Oh, Christ.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah,
why is
basically
Garnet
got-
suggested?
Because Steven Universe is
Yeah,
super
okay.
popular right now.
Why?
Because-
That's gonna be that.
Okay.
This is gonna be fun for Mo to edit. I know it is.
All right, email time, everybody.
Yep, email time. So remember, if you guys wanna get your email suggested or read on the recording, make sure to email us at discussingdeathbattle@gmail.com. Again, that is discussingdeathbattle@gmail.com. It will be in the description and on the screen right now.
This is my favorite part of the editing, because I always have to add an extra track just for discussingdeathbattle@gmail.com, and nothing else will ever go on there except the one file.
So yeah,
It's completely empty otherwise.
Okay, so our first suggestion comes from CJ Oliva 111798. That is his actual username, apparently. He gave us 3 fights that he wanted us to talk about, and we're actually going to talk about 2 of them, because I just realized we forgot to plan this properly. The first one is Eren Yeager versus Wander. So, Attack on Titan.
I get to
Shadow
use
of
Shadow of the Colossus music.
Yes!
Yeah.
Again, well planned.
Yeah. I'm hyped.
So yeah, they're
it's
giant
horribly planned.
slayers who
You just
saved
said
lost loved ones, but eventually turn into monsters that they kill.
Okay, I love Shadow of the Colossus. I love that game a lot. I remember
almost anybody that does
I like
countdowns
it.
and.
I like it.
Oh, no,
I really hope
here's-
they have a collection come out for PS4 just so I can play it again.
here's
Because they did it for
a,
PS3.
a friend of mine brought over the Eco and Shadow of the Colossus collection, which is when I was first introduced it.
I
He
want
said-
that.
He
Yeah,
said,
'cause it
play,
did a really
he said,
good
play
job.
Eco, it's great. Yeah, he said, play Eco, it's great. So I played Eco and got bored really quick. So then I moved
Yeah,
over.
I just
moved
want to
to-
play Shadow of the Colossus, man.
Yeah, I moved over to Shadow of the Colossus, and the 2 friends were sitting there, and they're just like, okay, you play that, and we'll do whatever. And I just, having never played a game like it before, I'm screaming my head off as I'm trying to hold on to these fucking monstrous creatures as they're booking this. Oh,
You're fighting
The fucking
it's like you're
dragon
fighting
one?
Kaiju.
The
Hey,
Dragonfly
so-
one?
I
Wander
think the
gets
one I
fucked.
got on was. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it,
basically.
yeah, Wander's. Yeah, I loved it. I love Wander. He's doomed. He's absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Attack on Titan. Please set Guts loose on the verse. No, what's it called? Yeah, Eren shit stops.
Yeah.
He's just so mobile. He has his Titan form. He's got fucking. He's just so much faster and just more dazzling than Wander is, who uses like
Also,
his
the fact
magic
he only
sword.
the fight kind of writes itself in that he's, what's it called? Eren will like everyone's like, oh, he's gonna go dormant at the end. No, he's probably not gonna go dormant at all.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like that's yeah.
And
that's
even
not
then,
stand-
Titan form is probably superior
Yeah,
to dormant.
it doesn't-
from what
Yeah,
we say.
it is.
help.
It is.
So what's gonna
Yeah.
happen? What's probably gonna happen is Eren's gonna outmaneuver Wander on foot. What's it called? With the maneuver gear, and then somehow, some way, via animation fuckery, Eren's gonna get the upper hand. I mean, Wander's gonna get the other hand. Eren's gonna go Titan. Wander's gonna climb up the Titan and know where the weak spot is because of the sword. And then just as he's about to kill him, he's gonna get like fucking swatted like a bug.
Yeah.
There you go. I've described the whole fight for you.
There.
don't have to
now
watch
we don't
it.
need to
It's that
watch
much
it.
true.
You probably should watch it anyway.
Eh.
Yeah, for real.
on the plus side, it's going to have like the best music.
Yeah,
yes.
Shadow of the Colossus is amazingly
Shadow of the Colossus
theatrical
is
music.
amazing music, and I again don't like Attack on Titan, but its music is decent. So
Yeah, that's gonna be at least awesome. So, also, you suggested another one was Aaron versus Gypsy Danger from
that was a joke.
Yes,
that was
yes,
a
do
joke.
that one. Do that
It
one.
was.
This is what it should be.
It was posting that it was shit.
Oh, it was shit
not
posting.
a
Okay.
Just get his gun out, his
I
big
said
ass
straight
fucking
after
sword.
I put, oh,
Alright.
I like it better than
he just he runs.
He goes
he's
tight
just
for him
there
and
trying
starts
to get up.
kicking at his ankles and then just fucks him up.
the chainsaw.
Yeah, I prefer it because in this situation, Wonder does not die. Therefore, it is.
Wanda just watches it while eating popcorn. He just watches the Titan just get stomped on.
I have something. He's like, I have something to do right now, but this is so much more entertaining.
Yeah, it's like Pacific Rim
Like, well-
itself.
Yes, Pacific Rim is a great movie. I
It
love
was
it.
cool, but let's be honest, it was
Pacific
mostly a
Rim
popcorn
2.
flick.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah,
that
that's
the next
exactly
one
what
has
it
a
was
lot of
supposed to
promises.
be. Yeah,
I also
yeah.
heard that they want to do a crossover between Pacific Rim and Godzilla,
I would be down
They
for it.
have to.
as well as Godzilla and King
They're
Kong
doing-
again.
Godzilla Kong's happening like after Skull Island's done.
Yeah.
One.
And
Oh.
after Godzilla fights, like,
Apparently pretty
he has another movie too where he fights Mothra and Ghidorah again.
Oh, good.
It would be the
let's bring
sequel
back.
to that one.
Isn't Mothra meant to like the leak plots? Not like Mothra's gonna fight him at first and then be his ally like every movie ever.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Mothra's
Basically.
always been like that. I don't know why she does that.
I
And
don't know,
yes,
'cause she's
Mothra
just-
turns
Hey,
out
I
to
think
be
you
lame,
answered
no.
your own question.
Batra's better, in my opinion.
No.
I love Batra. He needs to come
You'll
back.
You'll get the joke eventually, and if you don't, I'll explain it.
Bone! Oh no!
Who did that?
Son
If
of
you
a
don't, I'll
bitch,
explain
Mo.
it.
Anyway, the other
Oh,
one he
yeah, I think we can.
suggested, which we also put down, the one that this phone.
Holy shit, it's out today.
Mac, pick up the phone.
Is it over?
I think
Huh.
so, yeah.
Alright, there we go.
Yeah, the other one he suggested that we were going to talk about was James Bond versus Jason Bourne. I don't know if we've talked about this on the recording on the podcast.
We've talked about it in a shit
We've talked
ton of
about it almost
areas and
everywhere
stuff.
else because that is one of the most requested fights out there.
Yeah.
And, well, there's kind of a reason why. Because it's James Bond and Jason Bourne. They're two of the most awesome freaking characters that went from literature to movies.
Well, if you say so.
And they're both spies, and they're, again, both awesome. But, yeah. Pretty much
Yeah.
everybody has talked about this fight, so I don't know what we can really add.
But how about we just talk about who wins? There we go. That's a start.
That's a
Doesn't,
good idea.
doesn't Jason win? Doesn't Bourne win that one?
No, I'm pretty sure James Bond has more like gadget stuff and like you'd be compositing it, so you'd be involving like
I think the reason people say that Jason Bourne wins because he's superhuman and James Bond's not. But-
You're very quiet right now, Mo.
Oh, am I? Shit, my mic moved.
Start
People
screaming
say
again.
that,
Start screaming!
la, 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 la.
Your voice gives you
People
super
say-
strength!
People say that Jason Bourne wins and Bond doesn't because of fuck. That actually really hurt.
Because he's superhuman.
Because he's superhuman, but Bond fights superhumans all the time, including Jaws, who I think has better superhuman feats than anything that Bourne's ever done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, much
Bond-
better.
Bond has, since composite, even if it wasn't, Bond has more experience, because I think we actually have an official kill number in the most recent movie, at least before that movie happened, of Jason Bourne's like kills. And it's like, oh, cool.
Also,
Bond is like kills that many in a single mission.
also,
he's
can
like,
I just say this right now? James Bond is
No.
a terrible spy. He breaks two of the biggest rules of espionage. Never draw attention to yourself, and never, I repeat, never follow a pattern. What does he do on every mission? Goes into a club, dressed as in a suit, and orders a martini, shaken not stirred. He very rarely uses stealth, just decides to go up to the bad guys to try and fight, always gets captured, and only breaks out at the very last minute. The guy sucks as a spy. Not
really. I've seen like a fuck ton of Bond movies. Normally, he doesn't always go. In fact, he's not. That's kind of a stereotype. He often ends up in a club, but he doesn't always then get the same drink. That happens once or twice, and it's just such an iconic line. What's it called? He normally talks to the villain before he actually fights them.
Yeah,
but when he's going to infiltrate
the fight, like an idiot.
Well, he's a spy. They don't know James Bond is a spy. That's still not known somehow. So it's perfectly okay. Also, it's a fan theory, at least, but it's never been confirmed that James Bond's a code name.
Yeah, I know that fan theory, but I don't think it's canon because James. You see, I think in Skyfall, I think you see the graves of his parents, and his father's last name is Bond.
It was their code names too.
His father didn't even have
spies too.
His father was a spy. His father was an arms dealer from Scotland.
Oh yeah, fuck he was. Never mind then.
Yeah, that fan theory is pretty much out the window now.
It still doesn't matter because, dude, he leaves no survivors. He always gets his mark. So like, and then when he goes into he confronts the villain, but then he comes back later and infiltrates the hideout with stealth. He does get caught, and then he wins the ensuing firefight. He will always kill the villain unless he spares him on purpose. If you want to talk about Bond having a pattern, the only thing that you can really say is his pattern is he will bang every hot chick in the area without question. Who then have a 50-50 mortality rate.
That's another
thing.
How the hell has
there's
James
worse trends
Bond not had any kids? Or maybe he does and we just don't know about them.
There you go.
There you go. That's probably that one. Or he's been sterilized. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like Black Widow.
How much has he been doing?
Anyway,
how much has he been near nuclear stuff? That can easily sterilize you.
There we go. Anyway,
not that I would know.
Bond is Bond's far more experienced, which actually doesn't matter in a fight with this low stats that are kind of close. He's far more experienced with better, not the same amount of training, but way more gadgets. So the experience in gadgets plus in a match with similar stats will take it. So I put my money on Bond because all Bourne has is he's superhuman to some degree, so he can beat up random nukes, which is what Bond does all the time. If you want to talk about a superhuman super spy, you're talking about Austin.
Also, it's like been confirmed for like years that Screw Attacks are like major GoldenEye fanboys, so he's definitely getting the golden gun.
Oh, there is the pin.
But you can't say. But they're also Ninja Gaiden fans, and Ryu Hayabusa lost to Strider.
They like Strider too, I think.
I think they like Strider too, but that doesn't matter.
This is a deep dark hole that's really hard to get out of.
Yeah. Let's not go into tinfoil hat theory, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put my money on Bond. Because Bourne is superhuman, but I don't think he has any superhuman feats. Meanwhile, Bond has beaten Jaws, who does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I think he's like lifted cars and pulled them back, and he's knocked down buildings and walls and pillars and bit a shark twice. So yeah,
bit a shark.
I think he bit like a shark in the jugular. I don't think sharks even have jugulars, but he did it.
It's almost as ridiculous as the bat shark repellent.
He has. You know what Jaws is, don't you, Wolf?
Oh, I thought you meant James. I was like, James bit
Jaws.
A shark? Really?
No, Jaws. He's a guy
Jaws,
with.
I know what Jaws is. I thought you were talking about James, but yeah. Still.
Making sure.
Again.
He's
just
fucking
as
strong
ridiculous
as
the bat shark repellent.
Yeah, he's bear trap for teeth. No, it's cool. I think he's bitten through metal before too. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has the cables.
Yeah, and Bourne's never fought anyone like that. So that's
That was actually a Mythbusters episode. He bit through like this steel cables and stuff, and there was something they needed like giant pincers to go through. So that's something that Death Battle would probably eat up.
He himself is a giant too, so
yeah.
Now, in all fairness, I don't know if that in particular would scale because
no, because it's a bite and not a punch.
Yeah, Bond has never been bitten by Jaws. He still has.
You wouldn't want to.
And Jaws is a very popular henchman too.
He would.
So.
Yeah, he's one of the few that's actually reoccurred. I think the only other one is Oddjob. If he did Oddjob.
No, Oddjob is only a one-time villain. He's one of the most popular ones.
And
he's also one of the most dick-ass moves to do in GoldenEye. Is just go into multiplayer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play as Oddjob.
Basically, just kept going back in alternate media.
Basically, what we're saying is Austin Powers stomps.
Yeah, he does.
Oh shit, we forgot to talk about Austin Powers versus Zohan.
Why won't you die?
That is the feat that wins it. Yeah, so yeah.
Next one. The next one comes from Taylor Conley. He gave us 2 suggestions. We skipped the first one because we didn't like it. Not gonna say what it was, but the second one he gave us was Vampire Hunters of Blade from Marvel Comics versus Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I know nothing about either of these two, so
neither do I.
Go for it.
We can sort of use this to segue into another one of Blade's opponents, which is Rain from Blood Rain. Which I think is more thematic because they're both half vampire.
Why did we pick this one when we know nothing about any of them?
I don't know.
But yeah,
I thought it'd be interesting.
Let's move on. Let's pretend this never happened.
We have not. This is the last one.
Get the neuralizers out.
No, I don't know much about Buffy except for the fact she is ridiculously superhuman. But I think as standard,
really?
Yeah. But I think as standard, she's not as superhuman as Marvel Street Levelers, which Blade falls under.
Yeah.
I don't know how high he is on that level, but he's pretty strong. I think he's interacted with Spider-Man a few times.
A friend of mine would know because he watched Buffy, but and he really likes vampires. So good vampires, not the dumbass Twilight vampires.
Meanwhile,
those are good.
I don't know. I think at her most powerful, Buffy could beat both Rain and Blade, but I'm not sure. At her normal level, I think Blade would take it. I know nothing about Rain, so
yeah. But I know I only picked it because I know Blade versus Rain is a very popular matchup.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, let's talk about something else. There was actually another one that we had that we initially were not going to use because we realized
Venom
versus Bourne, and then I figured, and then I realized, oh crap, we don't actually have a third email to talk about. So this one comes from Shawan Isam. I know I probably butchered that. I am so sorry, man. He gave a couple of suggestions. Some okay, others not so much. But the one that we gravitated towards mostly was Deadpool versus Dante.
Because, we really want to see Deadpool back again.
Yeah, third time.
That is the
third time's the charm.
Best idea. Right. It cannot go wrong. The Wolverine factor has nothing on the Deadpool factor.
Yeah, the Wolverine factor is the Deadpool factor is the modern equivalent to the Wolverine factor.
Yeah.
Actually is.
It really is.
Yeah,
anyway.
You had 90s was Wolverine, 2000s was Batman, 2010s is Deadpool. Or I think it was 90s was Batman, 2000s was Wolverine. Either way, still, point is really popular. But
Dante wins, basically.
Yeah, Dante definitely wins. I think his healing... Isn't his healing factor, stronger than Deadpool's?
No.
No.
It's not strong, but it will keep him alive. Basically.
Deadpool can actually regenerate the limbs. It takes him a while, but he can actually do that. He's actually been shown to do that. He's been shown to regen from basically anything. It just takes him a very long time. Whereas Dante, all he's regenerated from is impalement.
Basically, Dante is much stronger. He's much faster too.
Well, I still heard that.
Actually, his speed should be pretty similar.
I don't think Dante's faster. But
I think they're about equivalent, but he's faster with Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Plus, there's also that
feathers.
one feat in the anime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the anime.
And I think he has weapons that could take out Deadpool regardless of the healing factor. I'm not sure about that though.
Well, I mean, he fights demons, so I mean.
I think if he has some soul stuff, maybe. I don't know how potent it is.
Well, I mean, they're still Yamato.
I think Deadpool has quite a bit of resistance against Soulfuckery.
Yeah, but that's true too. So I don't know, but he gets pasted regardless, and so Dante would just keep on pasting him forever. Worst case scenario.
Yeah, very worst case scenario. But yeah, I only brought it up because we needed a third email, and I realized that the Bond versus Bourne one was in the same email as Aaron versus Wander.
The issue, I suppose, is that we're bringing this up in relation to Death Battle, not in relation to Versus as a whole. Versus as a whole, Dante takes it easy. But in Death Battle, Deadpool can't die. And
well, Dante can't die either, remember?
Yeah, his healing factor got pretty extreme.
Yeah, they gave him a lot with the healing factor, but basically in a fight like that, they would have to look at which one's better, and that's always
Deadpool's is better.
Which means, yeah, he's going to. So, yeah, there's your conclusion. Dante's meant to win, but Deadpool will 100% win a Death Battle because the way his powers work, it makes him near indestructible in fights like this.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. We should probably end the stream now. So, thank you all, everybody, for watching. And if you want to hear more of me talking or babbling like an idiot, I have a stream.
Wait. Pause.
Uh-oh.
End the stream.
Sorry.
Have you been filming us live? And we were not noticing?
No.
Hi, Twitch.
No. You can check Twitch right now.
Additionally, didn't we forget to talk about Venom versus Alex Mercer?
Yeah, well, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, I'll leave it for another time.
Yeah, we'll say that for later. Yeah, no, I haven't been
that should have
streaming.
been a fight,
I've been so used to the streaming thing that's why I said the stream. But yeah, thanks for watching the podcast, guys. Speaking of the stream, I have Twitch. I stream pretty much every day except Fridays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Except for Tuesdays, then it's 7 o'clock. But still, we play some fun games over there. So if you want to hear me talking like an idiot over there and being an idiot, go ahead and click the link in the description. I'm sure Mo will not forget to put it in there.
That plug is so shameless, it's a fucking stripper.
Hey, I need people to watch because I need monies. And also because I like it when people show up.
I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the description, but I just want you to know that you've lost a ton of respect.
Hey,
no respect.
Hey,
no honor.
I've seen more shameless plugs than that.
In related content to the podcast, Tommy, as you may have remembered from last time, he actually works on a blog with another user and friend of ours, Medadius. Or how do you actually pronounce Med's name?
I think it's Medadius.
Medadius.
There you go. Just Med.
Yeah,
just Med.
Med. We're just gonna call him Med. So Tommy and Med, they work on a blog together, a prediction blog style. A prediction blog style. It is a prediction blog. They've done one for the last 2 fights in season. Are you doing one for this one? It's a lot of content.
We're doing something a bit different this time, but I'm not going to spoil it because actually, when is this going to be? When is this going to be?
This one, what, the podcast?
Yeah, the podcast.
Whenever I get it done, I might get it. It might be out by Monday, which we're recording this by the. It'll be out before Venom versus Bane. That's the one thing I can guarantee. Yeah, that sounds like a threat.
Okay, well, I'll give you the link. There'll be something in there.
there will be something in there at some point that.
Also, I'll add in
Tommy
the gene analysis just for kicks. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
As for me, I have nothing to plug. I'll see you next month, or maybe 5 months. I'll be knee deep in Breath of the Wild, so maybe you'll never see me again. Who knows? Because there's 900 fucking seeds to get, or something I heard. So
again,
I guess we'll find out.
I've seen the.
Don't spoil too much. Yeah. Don't spoil too much. I just know there's a lot of shit.
So here's how the whole game goes. You fight Ganon.
And then you win.
It's ruined.
And then Zelda is saved. And then Link once again gets denied the Putang.
Oh no!
Or does he?
Or does he? That's true.
never know.
I don't know what this was. I am fully expecting there to be like multiple endings where like there's like multiple girls that you can have Link get with.
La 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 la.
I'm just saying this from the trailers. I have no clue. I don't have the game because I'm poor.
Finish the damn show.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna finish this so that way Mo doesn't have
this
more
is
to
going on forever. Huh.
Yeah, we're approaching an hour and a half. So thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully we will get another episode out before after Bane versus Venom is out. Hopefully, we'll see.
We will.
So thanks everybody, and we shall see you next time. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.